You are listening to the Firecracker Podcast with Tony Rico.
And your story of the year is Gabriella, bro.
Aw, man. Push-ups.
Okay, that was tense.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
But come on, man. Like, and here's the thing about being humble, right? You never, in the time that I've known you, have, so being all the great players that we are, just only one of us wanted to share how great we are. But being the players that we are, and never fronting her, never ever in the time did we ever feel like she had and then again, that's the sign of the way that it should be, but it's not all the time. Like so many parents, like when they're in denial, right? They give you this, oh no, I got it, and you're like, no, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you don't get it, right? And so the whole time, and seeing that you're her biggest fan, and providing all the right things, and you could at the beginning of the year, and you lay a bet on the team that that is going to come up big if they win the championship, but they're not getting the odds to. You can imagine the return on Gabriella's year of just like, I'm going to bet that this kid comes up big in her high school. She comes big, and that as a result of who she is, okay, as a result, because now I'm going to say I'm a second or third row back from watching all this. Her environment, her family, all the things that entail, and so. Good people don't always get what they deserve, right? Like good people don't always get it, but to watch that shit happen and to know what he was feeling like, and to know that you got that as that, and again, it's your daughter, but you got that, Daniel, and you got what you deserve of that. And Gabriella is like, are you kidding me? That's the Firecracker of the Year story right there with her. And it even goes back into like the video highlights. On the one where you were yelling in the home run, I think it was in high school or something like that, and was it 2 in a game or something, or?
No, that was her senior game, and her final at bat, and she had a bomb.
That's scripted stuff.
Lost my mind, lost my cane, threw my
That's
cane.
right.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get through this, so it is what it is. But yeah, she's a special player.
So after the games, she gets in the car.
Yes. Yeah, so we had a special agreement because she did not want me to coach initially. And then I said, no, I'm not going to coach then. And then her and a couple of her friends said, hey, we want your dad to coach. So then she came back and said, I want you to coach. And I said, okay. And then so we made up this rule. If I'm wearing my hat forward, I'm a coach.
This was on one of your posts.
Yeah, if I wear it backwards, I'm dad. So I lived by that. So it really got people to, it was kind of different for people to understand it. So her and her friends would be like, dude, your dad is like crazy right now. And I'm like, because I would change my hat around or whatever. But it was the only way that I can really explain to her, like, look, when I'm talking to you on the field, you're just like all my other girls. Like all these girls are mine. So you might have to sit for a while here because you're not ready for this and that, whatever. When it's your turn, this will happen. And then as dad, it's hard because I want her to succeed, but I also know that the only way she's really going to succeed is by earning it. And it was hard, man. It was super hard. I think everyone thinks that it was easy because I might have downplayed it, but it was not easy, man. It was super hard because I love that girl with everything. I can't do any more push-ups. I'm tired as hell. So, but I think it was special, and I think she does. And I said this to a lot of the girls too, man. Is that she is the MVP of this Firecracker Schneider culture? Because if it wasn't for her allowing herself to be managed and coached by her father the way that I did, we wouldn't have had that culture. So, all these girls know that she's a special girl, man.
Well, and I'm going to say, I think we downplay achievements to a fault, right? That's kind of my persona on a lot of things, or my perspective on things. But if we were to have a firecracker of the year, it's Gabriella, like across the country, because of what she is, who she is, the fact that all of these things that people chase that are, it's not that it's false, but it's so empty, right? It's like going to Vegas and having to win, expecting to win, getting pissed that you didn't win, and it's Vegas, right? And so then, all right, to stay with that, she just goes to Vegas and have a good time, and then she wins the jackpot. And so seeing that part of it, and I got to say again, because I don't know her a ton personally, right? The lasting impression that I will always have of her is her smile. Like so many videos and so many things that you post, her smile comes through like boom. If she's saying something, it's her smile afterwards. If it's a still picture, it's her smile. Like part of, to me, of her recognizable brand to me, like I wouldn't, if I saw her like this, it would be a little bit weird. Because her smile registers. And so it was just, it makes it a little more special when it's someone that you care about, because this game is unforgiving. Like you don't know, and you can't tell anyone, oh, it's going to work out, or I guarantee you because you work so hard. So when it does work out, when a team wins the championship, when a kid gets what they deserve, a dad gets it, and here's the biggest compliment, and why, again, it's something that it's not just listening to our stories, what's relatable to people. I actually heard George say this, that his daughter had told him later on down the road, and this is something that I often warn dads about. George said that his daughter told him later, like, you were always my coach, you were never my dad. And that's a really hard thing to hear later on down the road. That hurts. You know, we talked about the man's ego and how, like, we're always the greatest athlete, and we're always the, our jump shot still looks good, and of course our swing looks good, and we're always the greatest. But the things that humble us are the things that if we didn't, like, provide to the people that we love, and it's a little bit different. And so you were a dad to her, bro. Like, you were a dad to her. And Daniel,
100%.
That's a lot of guys aren't in reality with that, and they weren't. And I can say that about you, Ben, from what, because I worked with Jessica's his daughter. Not an easy thing to do. It's really, really not.
Toughest thing to do.
Yeah, it isn't. And I'm as you always say, like we're all humble enough. We know. I did as best as I could. There was definitely, and trust me, we can call my wife right now, Anna, and she would definitely share some concerns that she may have had.
Sure.
But like I've tried to explain to Gabriella, like I don't think she really comprehends the impact she had on this team, the culture and all that. But again, she really doesn't understand the impact she had on me, because managing and working for local government and having 500 part-time staff and 50 full-time staff, it is so hard and difficult to be their boss and then be respected, but then, be cordial. It's really challenging. And she has made me, she's made me a great, employee. She's made me a great dad. She's made me a great coach. Damn, I'm gonna do push-ups again, Ben. Where's that cut, Ben? You're supposed to cut to something. No, you're supposed
He should have done a close-up. He did a close-up, didn't he?
No,
he went right in there.
You're supposed to cut to the
Fucker,
tube.
Ben.
The tube, Ben.
No, that's too good.
Damn.
But that's, listen, guys, this is the real talk, and sometimes, sometimes.